Hi everybody, Patti Tolley Parrish here with an exciting announcement that some of you may already know, but I was published in Cloth Paper Scissors November-December 2014 issue, and the project was my Gelli JumpStart Journals, which I kind of came up with. I guess I was doing so many jelly prints. I'm like, what am I going to do with all these jelly prints? So I came up with this little journal. And I call it a Gelli JumpStart Journal because it's kind of a jump start instead of white pages. For those who have white page syndrome and don't really know how to get started on their projects or journaling or art journal or whatever, that it gives you a jumping off place to start. This one I happen to do in my favorite combination of teal and purples, and I did all the pages to match as well. So I'm going to show you how to put this together. And we're going to move along. I'm going to try to keep this a little more concise than my regular videos. You regular viewers, you know what I mean. So let's get started with the supply list that you're going to need to do this. Let me move these out of the way. Ooh, love those. Okay, so the supply list will consist of a brayer. I like to use this particular brayer. It's by Speedball. And it's a hard rubber brayer, 4-inch brayer. That's just my preference. You can use a hard or soft brayer. Whatever width to your liking is fine. A jelly plate, of course, and I have my jelly plate. This is the 8x10, and I have it sitting on a piece of glass that I got out of a cheap picture frame from Michael's, and I just put duct tape around the edges because they're sharp, and it seems to have a better grip that way. You'll need stencils, and of course, I know this is going to be a shocker, but I prefer to use my own stencils, which are Patti Parrish stencils on the istencils.com website. I'm one of their designers, and they produce and sell my stencils, and that's what I'll be using in this project, and that's what I used on the projects in the article. Also to note, Sherry from iStencils is working on a special sale to go along with my article, kind of an acknowledgement for that, and to her faithful customers that buy my stencils, and to my viewers. It's going to be in the neighborhood of 20% off, maybe an exclusive. I'm not sure of all the details yet, but stay tuned. That will be coming out really soon, and I will push that everywhere so everybody will get a shot at that sale. So in addition to stencils, I use 110-pound cardstock. White cardstock that I get at Michael's by the ream. Nothing fancy there. And you can use some rubber stamps on your jelly plate. You don't have to use them. You can use your fingers to make designs or found objects you have around the house. This is just on my supply list. And of course, what do you know? I have some of my stamps in my rubber stamp line that match my, for instance, here's the edgy stencil. Here's the edgy stamp. How clever. But these are sold on my Inky Obsessions Etsy shop, if anybody's interested in the rubber stamps. Texture tools I like to use are just these corrugated pieces of cardboard. You get these under a sandwich at Panera Bread. Some of these catalyst tools that you can scrape designs in the paint are nice. Anything, combs that you have in your house, a fork, mesh that comes off of your onion bag, anything like that will make a texture in the jelly plate. You'll need a fat quarter of fabric. I use like a white cotton fabric. Nothing fancy there. One heavy-duty manila folder. Now they make kind of flimsy ones, but this is actually a heavy-duty one. You can buy these any office supply store. I get them at Staples. And you'll need one of those. And some basic supplies. Some scissors. A ruler. A pencil. A bone folder. Love this bone folder. I got this from Volcano Arts. It's their own design. Hold it here. Can use it all different directions for different purposes, but I love that bone folder. A self-healing mat and awl to punch the holes we're going to need punched. A bristle brush to apply the Yes paste, which we're going to use to adhere the fabric onto the cover. And some newsprint or under paper to use to keep under your work when you're doing your jelly prints and you're gluing. That's going to get a little slopped up. to finish it, we're going to need some wax linen thread. I always use black. I have a couple other colors, but black's kind of the standard I like to use because black is the new black. Just saying. And a binder's needle, or I use like a tapestry needle because it's less chance of me impaling myself. It's got a really wide, let's see, can I get this in there? A really wide eye and a blunt end. So that's less chance of me harming myself. A little bit of glossy accents. And some beads are optional, and that's just to do the beading on the spine if you choose to finish yours off that way. This one's a lampwork bead that I made that I just hung on there. So, optional tools, if you have one, or a paper trimmer, if you'd rather use a paper trimmer, then use scissors to cut your folder. I actually prefer a paper trimmer because I have trouble cutting a straight line. When it's longer than one stroke of the scissors, paper cutter's the way I gotta go. I love this corner miter tool, and it's called the Perfect Trim, and they're available at perfecttrimruler.com. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, that's not gonna work. Hello. Need something black. Let's try this. Let's see if you can see that. There we go. Oops. perfecttrimruler.com. Really cool tool. I'll explain that a little bit more when I use it. And if you have a book cradle, if you bind books and you have a book cradle, that V-shaped device where you lay your signatures in and gives you a straight line to poke your holes in it, that's a good option if you have one. No need to get one. I have one, and I usually don't pull it down off the shelf for these. I just kind of wing it. So those are the supplies that we're going to need to do this project. So let me get this cleaned off and we'll start with step 1. So stand by.